a contract renewal situation prior to even discussing pricing of the products with them. You can talk about, these are the services that we're now interested in providing to you on a regular basis, and here's how it's going to help you, Mr. Uniform Manager at that major company or municipal agency. So again, the idea is that it is a secure private site that your customers and or your customers' employees can log into a protected site where all the activity related to uniform purchasing can be viewed and managed. The setup is arranged to facilitate their quickest ordering. So if your customer needs to organize purchasing by particular products or by a job classification or by a uniform set or by location, all of that should be considered when you're setting up the store for that particular customer. Don't take the one size or one approach fits all. Think about your customer's needs and then apply your web development, your store setup accordingly. So this is an example here. Well, actually, I can go to this one as a real-world example because this is publicly available. So if I go out here to AmericanWearStore.com, this is an industrial launderer out east, where are they, in New Jersey, that runs a public school uniform program for the district in their area. And so this is publicly visible, which is why I can show it to you. So this is an example of how they've set up a private buying experience for each of these schools in their area. So the parents can, go here, see things organized to their particular needs. There are a number of school uniform providers using, for instance, the UniformMarket platform very successfully online. They can be publicly visible, or they could require a password. Somebody on the exact opposite coast is BancroftUniforms.com, and they have a public website that also runs on our platform where they have, various suppliers of different apparel. But for the schools, if you need to get to your school uniform program, you can sign in here using the school name and the city, and it will take you straight into your school's uniform program. So that is kind of a semi-private, whereas if I knew that particular program, I could get in there. But I'm also not going to be able, if I am Bancroft Uniforms competition, to just quite easily go in and see, okay, well, here's all the schools Bancroft is handling, so now I know I can go and pitch that business. We're always conscious of, in this industry, that you have competition. It was explained to me once by the owner of a very established uniform manufacturing operation, said, Rick, no one's walking around naked. The only way you get business in this business is to take it from somebody else. So when you are putting your uniform programs online, that is a blessing and a curse. You want to make sure that your competition cannot see what you're doing, on the one hand, so you want to put it behind protected access. On the flip side, many uniform programs that are publicly visible to your competition provide the best reason why you should move them to an online experience, because that providing that extra customer service will ensure that your competition can't easily get a leg up on you because you are already integrated with the buying habits of that particular customer. Your employees know where to go and how to buy. Not your employees, your customers' employees know where to go and how to buy. Okay, let's go back to our okay, so that is an example of how we were able to set it up by location, I guess, because that's by a school. But you could also set it up by job classification. The example that I gave earlier of the hospital, let's go look at that. So if I were to set it up based on This might be, oh, well, I'm running the uniform programs for multiple hospitals in my area, so I want to set up, that Glenbrook or Highland or Valley Hospital know that they could click and see the items that are very specific to their hospital in this group of hospitals that all purchase from me, for example. And I could also then set it by the departments once they get in there, or I could even set it by more specific job classifications, like these are for radiology technicians. These are for administrators in the billing office. And you could drill down as much as your client needs to drill down. Another example is here. So if I click then on radiology, then I see, aha, oh, products are being added to this category. So that's not a good example. Let's go back. Here's an example of a bundle. So if I knew that instead of calling this hospital bundle, if I called this radiology, keep picking on the radiology department, I don't know why. The concept here would be that in radiology, I know that these are the items that are required and or the ones that are only available for my department. And because there's so few, we can make it into a bundle, make it even that much easier for the employee to go in and say, aha, I can just today order, these exact items in these colors, put them in my shopping cart all at once, and I am done. I don't have to browse around for each item. Oh, I see why that bounced around. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint. So as I mentioned, the concept of accurate ordering. The dynamic option menus assures that only the available color and size combinations can be added to the basket. Certain times you may be in a situation via fax machines or via telephone where someone is ordering a product that doesn't actually exist. You may have certain colors or certain sizes that don't come in certain colors or certain sizes. The ability to do that online where it only shows the size range for green or the size range for purple ensures that people aren't going to be ordering things that just simply don't exist or are outside of the scope of their program. And then entire orders could be placed by, say, a quartermaster approach, because you can set up a site. And one example in the security industry might be a security company that sells in 12 different shopping malls throughout a 100-mile radius. They order from you every week or every 2 weeks. And when they place that order, they request that you drop ship these items to this particular location, these other items to another particular location. Well, all of that you should be able to manage in your online store and help that purchaser organize it all. So they could set up the concept of this particular group of products is for Bob at this mall. This particular group of products is for Sally at this other mall. It organizes it, and you can then, on the other end, set up a pack by man or woman, sexist that they still call it pack by man, pack by employee, and prepare the order to be shipped out that way. You can even provide the concept for your customer, the option that that purchaser could provide you with a list of employees. And you could import that list in and say, okay, here are the list of employees, and we want them to be able to log in by, for instance, their employee number. So an example here is a customer of ours out west that the Gallo Winery provides them with a list they import, and then they go in and based on their employee number, whatever that is, they can log in, see the products that are available for that particular employee, and that employee can place the order. And in this case, by the way, the ship to locations are preset. So based on the employee number, it knows that they are to be shipped to a particular location within the company because they operate 30 or